Tristan Law Show. If it's your first time here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. I'm Tristan Law, certified pro wrestler, and today I'm your host. Well, everybody, we have finally made it. We have made it to WrestleMania 42. Well, you know, according to the WWE, we're only a couple hours away from WrestleMania 42. We haven't really gotten there yet. But what are you really watching at WrestleMania 42? In case you are living underneath a rock and you don't know, WrestleMania 42 has 13 matches between tonight and tomorrow night. And if you're just watching to see who wins, you're probably watching it wrong already. And what we're going to do today is we're going to level you up. We're going to look at all the matches and dissect them and see how we got here. Because every match on this card has a job. Some have a risk, some have something to prove, some matches about moments, and some are about survival. And some might just expose people in ways that they can't recover from. So I'm not here solely just to predict the winners today, right? We're going to be doing that together. I'm here to tell you what actually matters, so when you watch WrestleMania, you know exactly what you're looking at. Look, we're not all too excited for WrestleMania. We're not, right? There's a survey going on right now. If you're watching live, it's asking, what is your WrestleMania temperature? Hot, cold, or you know what? Ask me on Monday morning. Today's episode should give you a little bit more excitement around WrestleMania, just a little bit more. I don't know. That's what we're trying today. What's up, Tracy? Tracy's in the house. Happy WrestleMania Day, Tracy, to you as well. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being so loyal. I appreciate you being here. Let's take a look at all that we got going on this weekend. We've got a huge card. Let's start with the tag team match, the 6-man tag team match. This match here is one of the free matches that WWE is going to be putting on ESPN. So you know what? You don't need the ESPN app or anything extra to purchase it. You probably just need cable. But if your cable package doesn't come with ESPN, I guess you're already up the creek without a paddle. But this match here, this match is the entry point. This is the welcome part. This here gives you a little bit of celebrity crossover. And one of the things that I've talked about before is that celebrities have changed. I really see in the next coming years that somebody who is on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, that they're going to be a streamer, right? The next big movie star, the next big voice is going to be a streamer. You know, like 30 years ago, 35 years ago, 30 years ago, 25 years ago, whatever. David Arquette, the actor, was in WCW wrestling. He was the WCW champion. That's something for us to talk about another day. But in this day and age, in 2026, we got people like Logan Paul and ISO Speed in a WrestleMania match. They're celebrities. They have a huge following. And this match is great for to bait people on ESPN. It seems like all weekend, everything that WWE has been doing has just been to fish new eyes onto their content, onto ESPN. And I'm not upset with that, really, because that's what this match here is supposed to do. That it's supposed to bring in new eyes. It's supposed to bring in new people who go, let me turn on that ESPN. Or you know what's funny too? There are going to be people watching sports in bars. When you usually go to a bar, Buffalo Wild Wings, or my favorite, Dave & Buster's, you go to Dave & Buster's, always ESPN on. So today, there's going to be at least 2 matches of WWE WrestleMania on the TVs, and the same thing for tomorrow night as well too, unless somebody requests to change the TV. So this is a great opportunity for WWE to get new eyes to their product, and for ESPN to go get people to pay $10,000 for the app. I don't know how much the app is. Logan Paul in this match, Logan Paul, he's proven. ISO Speed, he's the wild card. I don't know what we are going to get from ISO Speed. I don't understand what we are going to get from ISO Speed. For me, it's going to be like watching a bad car accident. What's happening here? The structure of the match, the generals of the match, I can see that being the Usos, and LA Knight, he's going to be the Control. Oh, I said LA Knight. Yeah! Of course. So yeah, This match is about bringing in new eyes, but that's only half the job. What's up, Luigi Tron 51? The real job is, once those people are watching, do they understand what they're watching? For the people that's not us, the people that are not the core audience, the people who are just, by happenstance hanging out in a bar and turn on and ESPN is on and it comes on. Do these people truly understand what they're watching? And the biggest question is, do they even care? Because the biggest risk coming out of this match, it's not failure. Well, it's not forgettable. This match isn't at risk of failing. I think that this match is at a risk of not mattering. Tracy Hilbert says that I am on the Uso Knight side of this one. I cannot stand Logan Fraud, and I will never like that guy.
Thank you.
Tracy also says that ISHO Speed is okay with a lot of energy. So I know that ISHO Speed, and thank you so much for your comments, Tracy. I know that ISHO Speed has been training to wrestle, and this is his debut match. I don't know if he's been at the Performance Center, but I saw on the internet, on the interwebs, that he was training to wrestle. So there's a small percentage of us in the world, pro wrestlers, that actually get the opportunity to get their start in WrestleMania or in the WWE, and ISHO Speed is going to be one of those people. You see, looking at this match, they still have to feed us, the core audience, in that match. So looking at that match, it's like, who needs this match more? Who needs it? The Usos don't need it, right? Because they were the tag team champions. Are the tag team champions? Were the tag team champions? I don't know. I got to check. No, they're not. They stopped coming out with the belts, right? Okay, fine. Does the Vision really need it? I think right now the Vision is just in a holding pattern because what was supposed to happen to them, with them, it never really happened. ISHO Speed doesn't need this match. He's not a wrestler. The person that I think needs this match is LA Knight. ISHO Speed needs a moment. Logan Paul will get a moment. LA Knight.
Yeah.
LA Knight, he needs this match, right? Because LA Knight has been standing. Do you know how they say break through the glass ceiling? LA Knight is literally touching the ceiling, but he hasn't broken through yet. And at the end of the night, if this match is remembered for Logan Paul or ISHO Speed, LA Knight didn't win even if he wins. I said it. Let's see what we got in the chat. El Juggalo is in the chat. And also we got Jeffrey Georgiano, WWE SmackDown yesterday. Yeah, we've got a lot happening in the weekend as far as, WrestleMania happens. And yes, I did see the event that happened with at JCW. I just watched it. It was where somebody choked somebody. Oh, Big Vito. Big Vito choked somebody. But, look, man, to each their own. Tracy says that LA Knight definitely needs this. Yes, I think that LA Knight definitely needs this. I think the purpose of that match as well, too, is for when they do, replays and such like that on that match is, you're going to see your high spots from ISHO Speed. Oh, my God, ISHO Speed did it. And, he has such a following on Twitch. Like, the guy just has, between his following, Logan Paul's following, and everybody else's following from the WWE, this is a mega match, on paper, right? On paper, this is supposed to bring a lot of people to watch it. Now, will those people convert and spend the money to come watch ESPN? I'm not sure if they're going to watch the app, but they might check it out on Netflix because usually everybody has Netflix because Netflix made it to where we can't password share anymore. Let's take a look at another match. We got Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre. Here's what this match is supposed to feel like. It's not supposed to feel like a match. It's not supposed to feel like, it's supposed to feel like something that WWE couldn't stop. if by the time the bell rings at the end and you hear ding, 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 if by the time the bell rings and you hear ding and you hear ding, ding, ding at the end of this match, and the match just felt like a regular match, they've already failed. Because the question that I'm going to ask myself is then why did they make it an unsanctioned match? If it feels like it could have just survived as a hardcore match, as an Extreme Rules match, the match failed. Why waste the time making it unsanctioned? Because, like I said, if this turns into a wrestling match, then everything they did to build up this match was pointless. The police car, both Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu fighting like Peter Griffin and the chicken from Family Guy. It's going to be pointless. Luigi said Fatu and McIntyre literally need to have a Dragunov Gunther match. Fatu and Drew McIntyre need to have a match like it's two dudes who just met each other in an alley. You remember back in the day before people started using weapons on each other, and when you didn't like somebody, you said, you know what, let's go outside and fight. That's what this needs to be like. Like they need to be talking about each other's mamas. They need to be trying to do some really bad things to each other. If this match just comes out like a pro wrestling match, it's all going to be pointless and it's all going to be for nothing. Let's see. Let's go to the chat. Luigi Tron says, wait, let's start up at the top. Wow, we got a lot going there. Let's see. El Juggalo says, Vampiro's final match as well. Yes, I saw part of that as well. And we talked about that yesterday, about if WWE decides to go to Saudi Arabia. One of the things that I've always said is that WWE is the North Star for pro wrestling. When WWE does well, everybody does well. So if WWE is going to go to Saudi Arabia, let them go to Saudi Arabia, and then AEW should hold a convention so that everybody else in America could do well, all the indie stars and all the legends and stuff like that. So, you know, there's a lot going on WrestleMania weekend. I always encourage people as well to, if you can't afford to go to, like I said yesterday, if you are close to Las Vegas, go to Las Vegas and enjoy the feel, the atmosphere of WrestleMania without actually buying a WrestleMania ticket. That's possible. El Juggalo said, oh, and RVD teamed up with Willie Mack and Too Tough Tony against Kenta and the Good Brothers. Luigi Tron said that LA Knight needs a good performance.
Yeah!
It's obvious why they haven't gotten behind him. El Juggalo says, oh, and even more hilarious, Stranglemania was the biggest FU to WWE and Disney on the biggest stage of wrestling. Tracy Hilberg says, definitely Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu's the person that's probably who's going to benefit from this match more. Luigi said that, we read that already. El Juggalo said, like, seriously, Stranglemania had a better build-up than WrestleMania. You know what, too, though? I think that Stranglemania didn't have as many moving parts as WrestleMania did. Like, we've only been in it for WrestleMania for, like, what? A month and a half now? That we've been in it hardcore for WrestleMania? Like, a lot of the matches, I'm not going to lie, I don't have any or much emotional investment in the matches. I really don't. WWE, it's not the wrestlers. It was the build. Who benefits from this match? Jacob Fatu is going to benefit from this match. This match is built for Jacob Fatu, but this is a test for Drew. Listen to me when I'm telling you. Listen, I'll explain to you how it's a test for Drew. Because I heard somebody right now in the audience watching it at home, probably watching in Las Vegas because you're at WrestleMania. They said to themselves, oh, how is it a test for Drew? Would you wait a damn second and I'll tell you? Shit. Jacob Fatu is chaos. I've made an episode way back in the day when Jesus was a child, and I was talking about how Jacob Fatu was a problem, meaning that he's dangerous. He's a bad man. He may not be Brock Lesnar or Bafemi bad, but he's in the same exact conversation when it comes into danger. Drew McIntyre has zero self-control. If no chill or emotional unintelligence was a pro wrestler, it would be Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre can't control himself. Will Drew McIntyre lose himself and get lost in his emotions and allow Jacob Fatu to win the match? Because if Drew McIntyre can stay focused on what he has to do and eat his food and not play with it, Drew McIntyre might actually have a damn chance. He might have a chance. Jacob Fatu becomes more dangerous in chaos, and Drew McIntyre might lose himself in it. Remember, I told you that. Tracy says, did any of you watch the Hall of Fame last night? Dennis Rodman tried his best not to cry. I love AJ Styles' speech. I liked... Okay, so there's another thing that I do here on this channel. It's called the Pro Wrestling Quickie, and getting ready for this show, for this episode, because it's a lot. We're going over all 13 matches today. And in order for me to do that, I did it while I was watching the Hall of Fame, but I still watched the Hall of Fame, woke up early, got on it, and now we're here. I'm going to release a Pro Wrestling Quickie today, right after we're done with this. And we're going to talk about the WWE Hall of Fame. You can listen to it wherever you find podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or right here on YouTube. Just type in Pro Wrestling Quickie with Tristan Law. It'll be on the same exact channel here. Same exact channel. You don't have to look any further. Don't worry. Uncle Tris got it easy for y'all. Y'all don't have to worry. Another match that we're going to look at today. This match here, I don't know, man. I want to know your guys' temperature on this match. And right now, the temperature of the audience right now, I'm asking, what is your WrestleMania 42 temperature? 25% of the audience says it's hot. Ooh, muy caliente. 38% of the audience say that it's cold, while another 38% of the audience say, ask me Monday. Ask me Monday. You know, like, maybe these people need to, I don't mean these people, but those people that voted for that, maybe they just say, you know what, let me just see where the cards land before they know how, maybe they don't know how they feel. Liv Morgan versus, let me make sure I get the name right, Stephanie Vaquer. I've been known to say Tiffany Vaquer before. My honest take about this match, and if it's your first time here, one of the things that we do here is that we are honest, we are respectful at the same exact time. I am not emotionally connected into this match at all. I don't care if Liv Morgan wins. I don't care if Stephanie Vaquer loses. I don't. Do I like Liv Morgan as a character? I do. Stephanie Vaquer, her character, I can't emotionally attach to it. Let me know what you guys think about this match right here. Are you emotionally invested in this match? Do you care about this match? Do I think the match will be good? Yes, it'll be a good wrestling match. 9 times out of 10, WWE will give you a good wrestling match. But now, WWE pro wrestling is more than wrestling matches. It's story. The story going into here, I just don't care. I don't. Let me know what you think. Luigi Tron says, my dream woman battling out for my heart. The build has been really good, and it should be a good one. Okay, so you know what? Luigi feels different. For me, look, I've watched Raw every single Monday since they've been putting this match together. To me, the build is just meh. And look, maybe you can change my mind, Luigi. Maybe you can let me know. Tracy says that he wants Stephanie. Tracy wants Stephanie to win. I do not like Liv. All right. Hey, Ryan's in the chat. He said, what's up, Tristan? Happy WrestleMania weekend. Happy WrestleMania weekend to you, my brother. Happy WrestleMania weekend to everybody. This is going to be the home of everything WrestleMania for this weekend. Today, we got our show today. Tomorrow at noon, we are going to be talking about night 1 and night 1 only. On Monday at noon, we're going to be talking about night 2 and night 2 only. That's what we're going to be doing this weekend. This was pretty fun that I did yesterday. Make sure you bring your friends. Take this and screenshot this and show this to you. You know what? I'm going to post for the picture. I'm going to post so that when you screenshot this, post this in your group chat. Post this on your social media feed. All they have to do is go to youtube.com/@TristanLawShow. All right, go ahead. I'm going to post in 3, 2, screenshot this. Send this to your friends. Let them come in here and join you. Let them join us. We do some cool things here. I'm not emotionally invested in Liv Morgan and Vakir. I'm not. There is a story there. There's a story there. I think the execution is weak. I'm not disconnected because I don't care. I'm disconnected because I felt like WWE didn't make me care. You see, the story going into the match is that Liv Morgan, she's looking for validation. And Stephanie Vakir needs legitimacy. What it needs is it maybe needs a little bit of control for me. It needs some identity, and it needs a little bit more of an emotional anchor. That match just don't do it for me. I don't know. Who wins or loses? I don't know. We're going to go through each match at the end and go through the predictions that I want you guys to, we're all going to predict this together at the end. I want to know who you think is going to win. They got another women's match on the card. Becky Lynch and AJ. In reality, this isn't even a wrestling match. This is Becky Lynch trying to prove if she can beat AJ. And I think that's what kind of makes the story kind of cool in this, right? In case anybody hasn't been watching, AJ Styles, damn it. Knew I was going to say that. AJ Lee has Becky Lynch's number. Becky Lynch can't beat AJ Lee. In the end, Becky can blame whoever she wants. But if she loses again, it's going to be bad for her. She just can't beat AJ. This match, look, there's a championship in this match. AJ Lee's wearing it on her shoulder. For some strange reason, AJ Lee looks like Layla L. I don't know. This isn't about the championship. This is finally about Becky getting one back. That's what this whole entire match is about. Becky Lynch is on her, and look, it's not a political podcast, but Becky Lynch is on her Donald Trump thing, to where she takes no accountability for anything and blames everything on everybody else and calls people's name. Some people like that, some people don't. But I remember when I saw that she was doing it, I thought, oh my God, that's genius. That's genius. The reason why I think something like that is genius is because I am the same exact guy that wrestled at MCU Park, the baseball stadium in Coney Island. It might be something else now. And I wore a Confederate flag to the ring. People are like, oh my God, why did you wear a Confederate flag? Listen, I'll tell you. There's a portion of the audience that goes, he's a black man. He shouldn't be wearing the Confederate flag. I hate that. And there's another group of the audience that go, I support the Confederate flag, but that black man is wearing it. He shouldn't be wearing that. It was to upset two groups at one time. Maybe Becky might be on the same exact thing. Luigi said that this is his bathroom break. You see, the last match that we talked about was where the women were fighting for his heart. And after they fought for his heart, he's going to take this match and he's going to go to the bathroom. Look, I want to know, Luigi, why was this match not good? Why is this match your bathroom break match? I think that this match here is honestly going to be a good wrestling match. Becky can wrestle and AJ can wrestle. But the question coming out of this is, can she beat AJ Lee? Because like I said, AJ Lee has her number. She has her number. And that's tonight at WrestleMania. I'm Mr. Optimistic. I've been hoping that WrestleMania is going to be good. I've been hoping that WrestleMania is going to deliver tonight, because there are other things that I could be doing, but I'm going to be wasting them sitting at home. I'm being optimistic. That's the reason why I'm doing this show the way that I'm doing this show. Because what I don't want is for us to watch WrestleMania and have the poo-poo face on it and just not like what we see. We're getting a women's tag match. Now, for me, I felt that this match was going to lead up to like a TLC match. The purpose of this match here is what they're trying to do. They're trying to make, look, this match is not about Charlotte. It's not about Alexa Bliss. It's not about Lash or Nia Jax. It's not about the Bellas. It's not about Bayley. And it's not about Lyra Valkyrie. It's not about her. What this match is all about, it's about the tag team championships for the women. What they're trying to do is make the division matter. Because in this match right here, 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 6 women. 4 out of 6 women are former main roster women world champions. That what they're doing makes the tag team championships legitimate because, hey, wait a minute. If they can go fight for that, that makes the championship so legitimate that the tag team championships is the hottest belt. But I think behind the scenes, the reason why they got people like Becky Lynch in a match with AJ Lee, they've got Charlotte Flair in this match, Alexa Bliss in this match, Nia Jax in this match. They got Bayley in this match. Becky Lynch is in the other match. Is so that they can give other people a chance to build their name in the women's division. Because for a time, the women's division was only who? It was only Charlotte, Becky, Bayley, and Sasha Banks. You got Asuka in there, right? Asuka's not even in WrestleMania. I think that's weird to me. I don't remember seeing Asuka in WrestleMania. No, she's not there. That's weird to me. But there's a rumor that's going around. There's a huge rumor. And I'm trying to think of it. It's not a spoiler, okay? It's a rumor. It might happen. It might not happen. So Nikki Bella's injured, right? She's walking around with the boot on her foot. So what do? Do you take the Bellas out of there and make it a 6-woman tag match? I think, based on what I've been reading and what I've been hearing, that they're saying that Paige, Saraya from AEW, formerly Paige from WWE, now probably Paige again in WWE, could be making her debut tonight. I don't hate that at all. I am not emotionally invested in this match, and I think that that's something that would make me care about the match. Like, looking at this match right now, I don't care who wins. I don't care who wins. But if they put Paige in there, if that is true, maybe I care a little bit more. The thing about this match is that I feel like there could definitely be a lot of confusion in this match. Okay, fine. No. I doubt there's going to be confusion. You got a lot of ring generals in there. A lot of ring generals in there. I think the biggest thing that we could probably have an issue with is maybe the lack of focus. Because like I said, if I don't know who this match is about, it's about nothing. Who is this match really about? Granted, we got 8 women in there, but who is it? Who is this match really revolve around? The tag team champions? They just go around and just beat people up. So it's like the Lash and Nia Jax are dangerous in the women's division together. They're dangerous. They're bad BITCHs. They're bad women. Who does this match really revolve around? If you don't know who this match revolves around, I think the match revolves around nothing. But like I said, if Paige shows up, the title stop mattering. Tracy says, how do you know that Nikki has been replaced by Paige? She's not cleared due to ankle. Well, I don't know that. It's just from the rumor and innuendo that I read online. I never said that it was happening. That's why I said it was a rumor, not a prediction. If it was a spoiler, I don't do spoilers here. If I knew it to be true, I would never tell you. Why? Because who am I to ruin Christmas and tell you what you're going to get? Fabian, never seen your name before. Welcome. Fabian's got his prediction in for Rhea and Jade Cargill, so hold on to that. Wants to know what's my favorite WrestleMania match of all time. If you're asking what my favorite WrestleMania match of all time is, probably Austin Rock WrestleMania 16? Was it 16? Right, they saw each other 15 and 16, yeah. When Stone Cold turned and everything like that. Yeah, okay, fine. Luigi says, in my opinion, AJ never impressed me. Talking about AJ Lee. Says that AJ never really impressed me. Since before her comeback, she was the best out of the Divas era, and that's not saying much. You know what? At the time, AJ Lee was the best in her era. But now she's swimming in a different pool, and there's a lot more sharks in the pool than there was back then. That's why I feel that this is going to be a good wrestling match between AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. You know what? We might even get a WrestleMania Classic out of there. We might. There are a lot of matches that can go down for candidate of matches of the night. And that match it has the possibility. I'm not saying that it will. I'm not saying that it has the possibility that it could be one of the matches of the night. Unfamous DR Rice is in the chat. He says you got 3 ring generals: Charlotte, Bayley, and Lyra. Looking at that, let me just look at that, because I don't think I fully agree with that, but that's why I like the show, because we don't all have to agree. I think that Alexa's a ring general. She's been around for a while. She knows her elbow from her a-hole. Definitely Charlotte, Bayley, Lyra. I'm not too sure. She's still kind of new. Not for nothing though. Even though people don't like Nia Jax for whatever the reason that they're choosing today, Nia's a ring general. Nia can hold her own. Not match-wise, but wrestler-wise. Like, she knows what she's doing. She could be where she's supposed to be. I'm not talking about whether she hurts people or not. That's another discussion. I think we've had a show about that before, once or twice. Let's see. You guys got a lot to talk about today. You guys got a lot. Tracy says, I would love Lyra and Bayley to win, but not really invested. Just hope Nia and Lash lose.
Yeah!
Yeah, that's how I feel too. I'm not really interested in this match. I'm not fully invested in this match. I think that it's just a match, you know? I'm more interested than I am more interested in this match than if it was Lash and Nia Jax versus the Bellas, because if you know anything about me, the Bellas just don't do it for me. And I've said it once and I've said it twice, and if I've never said it 3 times, let this be the 3rd. I don't understand why the Bella Twins are even in the WWE Hall of Fame. I don't. DRI says that Nia's not a ring general. She looked horrible last night on SmackDown. Let me watch SmackDown again and see what happened. Let's see. WrestleMania 16, the 4-way with a McMahon in every corner. Oh, right. Okay. So when did Austin became champion at 13, right? It was him and Brett at 13, and it was him and Rock at 14, 15. It was him and Rock 14, 15. I think I did that right off the top of my head. Luigi says that not Nawaya. What the hell does that even mean? Nia Jax is a perfect example of why you need house shows for some talent to get more reps. She's someone you want, but makes those mistakes that hurt talent. Yes, I'm going to give you a hand clap for that. For the past week, we've talked about the business decisions behind AEW. Damn it, why I keep saying these wrong things? The business decision behind WWE. And one of the things that, we've talked about is why the tickets are so expensive. WWE just putting their hands in your pockets Just go back to the live episode and go back 2 episodes before this, the one from yesterday and the one from Monday. Part of the reason why tickets are more expensive as well, too, is that WWE lost a huge portion of their revenue by doing live shows. I think that live shows are great for getting reps. You see, like when we went to the when I went to pro wrestling school, one of the things that we would do every single day at pro wrestling school is that we would have a match. Because we don't have the ability to have live events. Our live event is the show that we're doing Friday, Saturday, and sometimes twice on a Sunday. So every time we would go to the school, we would have a match. Or you'd be sitting around talking to your friends and be like, bro, let's go have a match real quick. You put together a quick match, or you go in this call on the fly or whatever. So yeah, you do need those house show matches. But I also see that a lot of people do go to Natty Neidhart. She has her wrestling school. I'm using quotation because I don't think it's really a school. It's more like a place where her and her friends train. And they're getting their reps there. If I was in the WWE right now and I was at any level and WWE wasn't doing house shows, the first thing I'm doing is buying a ring because I'm sure I live close to my friends. And what we're going to do is we're going to go out there and like somebody like Cody. Cody has his own school. He has his own school. Seth Rollins, his own school, even though he's doing his little coffee business now. Pro wrestlers need the reps. It's just like me sitting here podcasting, right? If you go back, and I'm not telling you to do it because it's straight garbage juice. If you go back and you watch my first couple episodes that I did, they're cringeworthy. I'm like, I can't believe that I made that and put that on the internet for everybody to watch. Tracy says, I think that Nia is an unsafe wrestler in my opinion. Let's see, where are we in the chat? Luigi corrected me, WrestleMania 14, HBK versus Austin. Right, okay, 15 was The Rock. Didn't Austin and Rock have a back-to-back WrestleMania though? Yeah, I'd have to go look for that, but that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about the WrestleMania that we are getting tonight. We are only a couple hours away from that WrestleMania starting. Less than 8 hours away. Let me go look at the official countdown clock. We are 5 hours and 19 minutes away from WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas. A lot of us, we are not excited about the show at all. We're not. But what we're doing today is that we're going to be looking at every single match, and we are going to be trying to, we're just going to try to make something out of something. That's literally what we're doing today, is making something out of something to see if we can get some kind of excitement about it. The next match I want to take a look at, there's 2 people in this match. One person in this match is first ballot Hall of Famer. When it's their time to go, they're going to the Hall of Fame. The other person is also a first ballot Hall of Famer if their career ended today, because they've ended the careers of 3 Hall of Famers. One, I use the term Hall of Famer loosely. I'm talking about Goldberg. Seth Rollins versus Gunther. This match just feels like a match to have a match. This isn't a match they built, though. WWE didn't build this match. WWE put this match together because they needed it. This isn't the match that you're going to feel. You're not going to look at this match and be like, oh my God, this is, you know, the story in the match, because you know what? I'm not going to lie. I don't understand too tough why Gunther still wants to go for Seth Rollins. Because Seth Rollins walks around and says that and acts like he's better than everybody else. Why won't you just go after CM Punk? CM Punk literally calls himself the best in the world. Why don't you go for somebody like maybe Cody Rhodes? Cody Rhodes legitimately calls himself QB1, the quarterback. Why doesn't Gunther go after Roman Reigns? Roman Reigns puts up one finger for a reason, because he feels he's number one. So you're trying to tell me that the reason why Gunther went after Seth Rollins is because Seth Rollins is walking around and acting like he's better than everybody else? Look, if you, they explained it to us on Raw. And when Gunther was explaining it to Paul Heyman didn't even understand too tough why Gunther's even here. Paul Heyman's like, look, Gunther, I don't know why you're here, but I'm glad that you're here. And they shook hands and he moved on. That's not what they said. That's the paraphrase. Luigi said this is obviously supposed to be Breakker versus Rollins. Yeah, 100%. 100%. This match, look, I'm being respectful. I'm not saying that Seth Rollins is a bad wrestler. He's not. I'm not saying that Gunther's a bad wrestler. He is not. I liked Fat Gunther. You know why? Because Gunther, for his body type at the time, let me not say fat. Fat's probably a bad word. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. I liked Big Gunther. You know, you had Big Luther, Little Luther, Vandross. I like Big Gunther. The reason why I like Big Gunther, because his body type fit his in-ring style. Don't get it wrong. He's more athletic. He looks more athletic. He probably moves easier. This match here, right here, Seth Rollins and Gunther could have easily been a match on Monday Night Raw. This match could have easily been a match at Saturday night's main event. This could have easily been a match on SmackDown. This could easily be a match at Backlash. Why is this match at WrestleMania? Because they needed a match. They probably weren't sure when Seth Rollins was going to get cleared. It's one of those things to where, in my opinion, it's like, yo, you either do it right or you don't do it at all. Maybe we could have waited on this match. You could have put something. You could have probably put Asuka in here. There's a story going on with Asuka. You know what? Instead of giving us the blow-off match last night between the Wyatt Six and MFTs, maybe you could have put them on WrestleMania. I really don't mean that, but I'm just saying it. They could have put that, if WWE needed a match, they could have gave us the Wyatt Six versus the MFTs instead of putting that on SmackDown and not give us this. At least not yet. Because we still don't understand why. Maybe, you know what? Look, don't get it wrong. If I'm Seth Rollins, I need to get my shoulder as good as possible. So what I can do is I can come back and make that WWE money. That WrestleMania money. I'm not mad at Seth Rollins for trying to get rehab to come back as quick as possible. I know the reason why that we're here is because Braun Breaker got hurt. Maybe we'll see Braun Breaker tonight. Is that match tonight? Tonight? I don't know. Tracy says, I want Seth to win this one. Although Seth did state his shoulders done 100%. I think this match has a lot to do with Heyman. I think that Gunther's probably going to end up being a Heyman guy. Just a match thrown together. Yeah, could be. Ryan said, yeah, all the injuries kind of screwed this year's WrestleMania.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. I felt like I hope that nobody else from Division gets injured. I said if anybody else from Division gets injured, just retire Division altogether. Division lost its steam from what it was supposed to be. It's not what it was, what it's supposed to be. But you know what? This is where the cards are. This is the cards that they have to play. The issue is that there wasn't much buildup to WrestleMania. Granted, we had the last PLE was back in February. So it's like after February, it's like, all right, we started feeling like a lot of the stuff were being picked up and we started moving forward. But it's like for this to come along, this match is only 2 weeks old. King Suavito's in the house. He says, I'm happy I'm back to give my heelish views, and all the originals know I come with the heat.
Yeah!
The NBA playoffs will be more entertaining than this failing WrestleMania. He's just tuning in for Oba, Roman, and Penta. I'm glad that you're back, brother. Thank you very much. Let's see what else we got in here. He heard, Ryan says that he heard Braun is actually medically cleared now. Look. If Braun is medically cleared, because I did the math a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about Braun Breaker getting hurt. I don't remember when. I do so much talking to you guys, I forget. I do about almost 100 episodes per season. And in July, season 4 ends and we get ready to start in season 5. If we're going to see Braun Breaker, I need to see Braun Breaker on Monday. I don't want to see Braun Breaker or see Braun Breaker tonight. If they tried to put together a Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins match in a week, it would have definitely felt way too rushed. Way too rushed. The stakes in this match, Seth wins if Seth wins, it becomes a moment. If Gunther wins, Gunther becomes the problem. Listen. If Seth wins, it's a moment. If Gunther wins, it's a problem. Gunther beat and retired John Cena, AJ Styles, and Big Baby Bill Goldberg. If he beats Seth Rollins, the question I'm asking myself is then, who the hell can beat Gunther? Put it in the chat. If Seth Rollins can't beat Gunther, then who can beat Gunther? Don't get it wrong. Seth Rollins has beaten big guys as well too. He beat Roman Reigns. He's beat Brock Lesnar. He's beaten big names. But the issue is, if Gunther wins tonight, if Gunther wins at WrestleMania, it is a problem, because the question I'm going to be asking, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, is who's next? If Seth Rollins wins, it's a moment. He is the guy that beat AJ Styles and retired AJ Styles, John Cena, and Big Baby Bill Goldberg. That's great for Seth Rollins. If Seth Rollins loses, I don't think that it's even going to hurt him too much if he loses. I think the person who has a lot to gain in this whole entire match is Gunther. Gunther has a lot to gain. Gunther is dangerous. We're going to be predicting who is going to win in all the matches at the end. So make sure you guys stick around for that. The question I asked you guys was, if Seth Rollins can't beat Gunther becomes, it feels like he's got a cheat code on. Who can beat him? And I asked you guys to put the name of the person you think could do it in the comments. And you guys are in my mind. In my mind. The person that I was thinking of is the same person that Ryan said, the same person that LuigiTron51 said, and the same person that Tracy Hilbers agreed on, Obafemi. But it all depends on what happens to Obafemi at WrestleMania, and we are going to talk about that. You guys want to talk about Obafemi and Brock Lesnar? Buckle your seatbelts. We're going to get there. Now, I don't want to poop over what Tracy Hilbers said. Tracy said Royce Keys. I think that Royce Keys versus a undefeated, is Gunther undefeated? I can't remember. I don't think he's lost since he's retired AJ Styles and everybody else. I can't remember. But a Royce Keys versus a legend killer Gunther is a match that I want to see. Where is my debit card? Where do I swipe? You know, you guys want cash? I'll give cash as well too. Whatever you want. That's a match that I want to see. What did Biggie used to say? Big men, meaty men slapping meat or something like that? Ryan says, yeah, Royce would be good, but they have to build him up a little bit more before that happens. Good point. Because last night, they had Royce Keys win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal Memorial. Such a mouthful. Here's my issue with the Andre the Giant Battle Royal Memorial. Or is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle, whatever the hell it is. You guys know what I'm talking about. My issue with it is that, so you win that match, then what? It doesn't do anything to your career. is just something to fill the night. Just something to do so you can get the trophy and say, hey, you know, I won the Battle Royal Memorial for Andre the Giant. Royce Keys needs more than the match that he had last week on SmackDown, his first match on SmackDown, and the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal match he had last night. He needs more than that. I agree. But I don't think that it's going to take as long to build up somebody like Royce Keys, because you just look at Royce Keys and you're like, if you were walking down the alley and you accidentally bumped into Royce Keys, you'd be like, you know what, bro, just take the wallet, bro. Just take the wallet. My bad. I didn't mean to, you know what, I don't mean to look at you or even talk to you too hard, man. You got it. You got it. Ryan says, last loss for Gunther was against Cody, I think. Ryan, you have an ability that I don't have right now. And that ability that you have is that you can look it up on the internet. I believe that he might truly be undefeated still. Oh, good. My studio upgrade is here. We're going to be doing some upgrades to the studio. So yeah, I look forward to streaming with you guys in a different way. It's going to have a different look, a different sound. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that with you guys. King Savito says that if Brock don't make the right decision and make Oba go over, I'm going to go nuclear. Yo, listen to what King Suavito is saying, because I read faster in my head than I read out loud. Listen to what King Suavito said. If Brock don't make the right decision and make Oba go over, I'm going to go nuclear. I already have a warranty on my flat screen TV because I'm hoping I don't break the screen because Brock is a made man.
Yeah!
Suavito, I also want to say that I hope that your television manufacturer, the people that will fulfill the warranty, are not subscribed to the Tristan Law Show. But you know, if the screen accidentally breaks because, you know, it just breaks, then that's different, right? But if you break it, it wouldn't be qualified. It wouldn't be qualified. All right, so let's talk about a big match. I've spent a lot of time talking about this match over the past couple weeks. And the match that I'm talking about is going to be the main event for night one. This is Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. I know y'all want to talk about this. Oh, and Pat McAfee's in the corner. He's there as well, too. My take on this whole entire match, Randy Orton is going for 15. Cody Rhodes is only in the match in the match. His story is survival. Pat McAfee right now is just straight question marks to me. It's just a big old question mark sandwich. With Pat McAfee thrown into this thing, what, 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago? The thing that I say, maybe 4, I don't know, I lost count already. If Randy wins, we have to find out who is pulling the strings. If Randy Orton loses, Pat McAfee was in the story for what? For what? What was the reason that we just put Pat McAfee in there? I'm not talking about the behind-the-scene business reason. I'm talking about the storyline reason. Why is Pat McAfee in that match? Look, the problem was that people were cheering for Randy Orton and not cheering Cody Rhodes as much. There's still people that cheer for Cody Rhodes. And I'm going to tell you why. Randy Orton going for 15 sounds a lot more exciting than Cody Rhodes just finishing another story. This is like what, the third WrestleMania in a row that that Cody Rhodes had to go up and fight uphill, right? Last year was against the Final Boss. The year before it was against the Bloodline. The year before that it was against the Bloodline. 4 years in a row. Every single year, Cody Rhodes is always in survival mode around WrestleMania. Randy Orton going for 15 sounds a lot more fun than Cody Rhodes just finishing another story. I've said this before. Randy Orton don't got too much time left in ring. Some may like Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is as old as I am. Cody Rhodes, we are a lot younger than Randy Orton. So he got some time. So let your man go ahead and get 15. Why did you have to insert yourself, Cody Rhodes, into the championship picture so badly? It was supposed to be Drew. A smarter man would have said, you know what? I know what Randy is. And then you tell Randy, oh, I want the real Randy. Are you stupid? Are you dumb? Cody Rhodes feels like the kind of guy that takes a fork, a knife, a metal knife, and sticks it in the electrical socket just to see what happens. I'm not talking about the man. I'm talking about the character. Stop, behave yourselves. I don't know Cody Runnels. I'm talking about Cody Rhodes. Ryan says, okay, I'm dead wrong. He lost a triple threat match on Raw. It was Javon Evans and Dominic Mysterio. Okay, so I'm going to teach y'all something about pro wrestling real quick. So if Gunther was in a triple threat match with Javon Evans and Dominic Mysterio, the question is, who took the pin? Because if Gunther didn't take the pin, Gunther didn't really lose. And that's something they could hang their hat on. Gunther didn't lose. Gunther never took the pin. Somebody else took the pin. That's a trick that they use to keep people strong. Sometimes you put somebody in a triple threat match just so you can beat two guys. You could have two guys lose and beat one guy. Tracy says, that's why I don't have a TV. As if I did during football season, I'll be replacing it every week when it comes to my Dolphins. DR Rice says that I believe that there are going to be high-level shenanigans in this match. This will be a major dusty finish.
Yeah!
Fernando's here. What's up, Fernando? Fernando says, it's time to stop talking about Mania and just tune in and watch Mania. That's tonight. That's tonight. We are not talking about the business around WrestleMania or how they're trying to rob us. What we're doing today on today's episode is that we are getting ready for WrestleMania. Like, look, during WrestleMania week, I'm not working. I'm not working my regular job. So we can hang out for today. We can hang out. We're talking about right now, Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. That's what we're talking about. What's up, Fernando, though? Good to see you, brother. Randy Orton going for 15 is a lot more interesting than Cody Rhodes trying to finish a story. Pat McAfee, why is Pat McAfee in there? If Randy wins, we have to find out who's pulling the strings. I feel like there's somebody else pulling the strings. Who could it be? Who could it be now? A lot of people are going to hate me for this, but listen, just ride with me. Ride with me just for a little bit. I watched the Hall of Fame last night. And there was one person, two people who I can feel it could be. There's even three who I feel it could be. I'm going to tell you why. Who I feel it could be. The first person I feel it could be Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie McMahon came out there. She cut her heel promo last night. All in the name of fun. All in the name of fun. But I think that with Stephanie McMahon winning the going into the Hall of Fame and seeing what she did and stuff like that, for her just to come back on Raw, SmackDown, whatever, and said that it was her all along. At this point, I might feel a little bit too flat because we had a real good feel-good moment with Stephanie McMahon last night. The other person I think it could be is that it could be Shane. The reason why I think it could be Shane is because Stephanie McMahon, whether it be real or not true or whatever it may be, I think she kind of alluded last night that there might be some kind of family beef, which between her side of the family, the Stephanie McMahon side of the family versus the Shane McMahon side of the family. So what if Shane McMahon was talking to somebody in TKO and having the word come down, put Pat McAfee in there, and now there's going to be a whole entire thing? Why does Stephanie come out? Because she's a legacy talent, and she can side with Cody Rhodes, and she wanted to put the battery in his back to go out there and do that, not knowing the whole entire time that it was her brother. Her brother that was trying to take down Cody Rhodes. The third name that I'm thinking about of who it could be, you guys might hate me for this one. Vince McMahon. I know what everybody's saying, that Vince McMahon is too tied up right now with all the stuff that's going down with his personal life. But last night, Vince McMahon got cheered. They showed a picture of Vince, and they mentioned Vince by name like 2 or 3 times. One thing we have to understand, even though they mentioned Vince by name and stuff like that, is that Stephanie McMahon, her story involves Vince McMahon in more ways than one. And the story of the WWE involves Vince McMahon. You can't tell the story of the WWE or Stephanie McMahon without Vince McMahon. Tell me if I'm wrong. I think that a lot of people have low-key forgiven Vince for what he's done or what he's alleged to be done. I don't want to get sued. I don't got no money. The reason why I say that is because a lot of people have done bad things, like Diddy, and he got indicted after Vince McMahon went to court. Vince McMahon still didn't go to court yet and is already serving his prison sentence. Diddy's supposed to come out in, what, a year or 2? It's easy for people to might want to forgive him. Frank Wallace here. Good to see you. What's up, Frank?
Yeah.
Oh, wrong one. It has to be somebody pulling the strings behind Randy Orton. Because Randy Orton turned heel for what? For what reason? I lost my mouse. I found my mouse. The reveal already happened. We already got the reveal of who the person was behind Randy Orton, the voice in his head. The voice in his head is not the voice in his head that we think the voice in his head is. The voice in Randy Orton's head is the person talking to him on the phone. Who is it? I'm not going to be satisfied if it's just Pat McAfee. I will be here tomorrow to tell you that it was straight up garbage juice if that's what happened. It doesn't mean anything with Pat McAfee yet. We need more. That's why everybody pooped on it so far. This match needs a twist. Right now, it's just Randy Orton and Pat McAfee. Why? Against Cody Rhodes. Randy wants to get number 15. Cody Rhodes is just trying to survive. I want to talk about who's going to win, but we're going to be talking about that at the end of the show. This match doesn't need a finish. It doesn't need a 1, 2, and 3. It needs a deeper reason of why. It needs a deeper reason other than Randy trying to get 15, right? Because that was the main reason at first. I'm not going to lie. Randy versus Cody by himself would have been great. But throwing Pat McAfee in there, I just don't understand why. So now that y'all put Pat McAfee in there, y'all going to have to give us a reason. Ryan says, I don't buy the whole Vince scandal. Sure, he's a perv. I agree. I did an episode on that, and we saw the text messages that came out. Look, he is freaky. We already knew that R. Kelly was freaky, right? But Vince McMahon is not R. Kelly freaky, right? Look, R. Kelly belongs in a jail for what he did. He hurt young girls. If Vince McMahon hurt an adult woman, if anybody hurts anybody, it needs to be accountability. Let me just say that so that we could all understand that we're on the same page here. I don't want to say that I don't believe the woman, but I know what I saw in the text messages, right? Vince McMahon was supposed to pay that money and stop paying that money. If Vince McMahon utilized his position and power within the WWE. He is wrong. He is wrong for that. And he needs to be held accountable. Universal is here. For those of you guys who don't know, Universal is our... so I really don't know who Universal is. Universal is very mysterious. Universal purports to work for the WWE, and I'm not saying that the Universal does, and I'm not saying who Universal doesn't. But what I'm curious in seeing is Universal, I'm always telling you, brother or sister, I want to know who you are. I protect kayfabe. Actually, I got a shirt that says protect kayfabe. I need to know who you are. Tushar is here. Tushar is our friend from India. What's going on? Tushar says, I came to know Royce Keys won the battle onto the Battle Royal, and then I realized that it's on SM, which I think SmackDown. Then I realized that the Andre Battle Royal has not been at WrestleMania in a few years. What an absolute disrespect. Yeah. Tracy Hilbert says, I think that as well, that Pat is a pawn for somebody else. I don't believe for a second it was Pat on the phone. Stephanie, Shane, or Vince is a strong possibility. They did cheer for Vince. Yep, 100%. King Salvito says, they could have given Randy 15 if they wanted to. I don't give a crap about this 20-year history. If that was the case, they would have did that at Backlash after WrestleMania 40. You're right. Ryan says that Shane wasn't at the Hall of Fame last night either. That would, look, Ryan, the way that I'm looking at wrestling now is that everybody's running around in pro wrestling trying to figure out what is a work and what is a shoot. Meaning the work a part of the show and shoot what is real. And if they can use real life, because you got people like Roman Reigns on ESPN talking about, I don't like CM Punk. You got CM Punk on ESPN or on other YouTube channels talking about, I don't like Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is not a friend. It makes you ask yourself in the question, where does the line start? The line is so blurred. Which way are we? If if Shane is involved, I think it would be a bigger hit because now it could be a whole Shane versus Triple H thing, not fighting, just puppeteering and stuff like that. Maybe they bring back the corporation. I don't know. Jubali Mambo Zulu, Mr. Rhodes wins at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Tushar says that if I was in charge of WWE, LA Knight would have been in place of Cody, and Cody would have had that Intercontinental Champ or something that he actually deserves. Damn. Tracy says TKO thought putting Pat McAjoke in there was going to sell tickets. Yeah, how did that work out for them? Yeah, I think it worked out as good as a fart in an elevator. Tracy says Randy needs to win 15. Problem is that he likes both Cody and Randy. Really hoping and praying Randy wins. Been following him since his debut in 2002. We got more chats at the bottom. Let me just let it load. You guys got a lot to say today. Let's see. Oh, God, more messages came in. Let's see. Universe says, Tristan, Vince, like many people in power circles, are Masonic. Do you know what that means? I'm not going to admit or deny that I know what that means. I don't like anybody to try to kidnap me when I'm sleeping. I'm going to mind my business. I'm not going to answer that question. I like to sleep good. Luigi Tron 51 said, you want buzz around the company, whether it's good or bad, bring Vince McMahon. Yeah, I agree. Universal says that he could share spoilers with us. Shane is not at the Hall of Fame. It's not true. Shane was there. Vince is not coming back. Shane is not involved. Shane's not seen on TV. Okay. All right. Tuchar says, what if TKO ruining WWE is all part of a Grady storyline in which at last Vince McMahon comes back and he's too old now so that Shane comes to take over the company to destroy WWE and TKO? Okay. Yeah. Okay. I like that. I don't hate that at all. They just have to be very careful though, because TKO is a publicly traded company. So it was the time when Vince McMahon lost the WWE to Donald Trump in storyline, and then the stock numbers went down. You got to be very careful with that because you don't want anybody to do any kind of like investigation to say, oh, well, you tried to tank the numbers so you can buy the stocks cheap or whatever the case they do. Universal says that if they do a TKO storyline, it won't be with Shane. Well, you know what? I'm curious to see what it is. All right, guys. So that's night one. That's all of night one. Let's jump into night two. The first match that we're talking about is the ladder match. Now, look, I said that there were certain matches a couple of shows ago. I said that there were certain matches that shouldn't even be for free, right? And this is probably one of them. But the purpose of this match is that it's going to be on ESPN, and it's going to give us an ultimate wow factor. The premise of this match, because it's free on ESPN, this match right here isn't about what happens. This match right here with JD McDonough, Dragon Lee, Penta, Javon Evans, and Rey Mysterio and Rusev, this match is going to be about what you remember. This match is going to be about what you remember. Because when I'm looking at this match visually, the ladder match that's supposed to happen at WrestleMania tomorrow night for night two, it's going to be the people watching that in the bars, in the people who just casually have ESPN on, right? At most work sites, there's only two things that you can put on the TV. News and sports. So if ESPN is on and this just happen, they just happen to catch this match, they're going to catch the final ladder climb. That visual is going to be amazing. That person standing up there holding the belt on top of the ladder, seeing ladders everywhere, that's going to make everybody go, what the hell is this? They're going to watch, because it's not a traditional wrestling match. Ladder matches don't live, though, in real time. Understand that about ladder matches. Ladder matches, they live in replay. It's all about the replay action. Look at TLC 2. And I've been telling you guys for weeks now that the Pro Wrestling Scorecard with TLC 2, the Dudleys, the Hardys, and Edge and Christian is coming out. Look, I'm almost done with that video. Almost done. I got to put the music on and add a couple more graphics, and we are done. We're going to be ready. That video is coming. But looking at TLC 2, that match it lived in replays. Replay City was where TLC 2 lived. And this match right here, the Intercontinental Championship ladder match at WrestleMania, night 2, it's going to live in a replay. Luigi Tron 51 says 3 guys that'll take risks. Mysterio will serve as the ring general. Yup, I see that. I think that's why he was probably put in the match last minute. Somebody just to ground the match. Rey Mysterio is up there in age. He's almost 50. He's not going to be doing any crazy, extra high-flying stuff. He's going to leave that to the Javon Evans. He's going to leave that to the AJ Lee and leave that to JD McDonough. Somebody like Rusev is going to be a really strong base in the match. Penta loves ladder matches. Go back and watch old ladder matches from Penta. Penta, that's his arena. That's where he thrives. That's where he thrives. Tracy says, I really want Rey Mysterio to win, but Penta or Javon or my other 2 picks, he loves ladder matches. You know what? I love ladder matches too. And the only regret that I have, that's why I say I'm semi-retired pro wrestler, because I'm probably going to go back one day. The match that I always wanted to have was a ladder match. I've had a cage match. I've had 1 cage match. And it's hard to do cage matches and ladder matches on the indies because they don't have things to lower matches stuff down like they do on in WWE. But I always want to wrestle in a ladder match, and I love a ladder match as well too. And growing up as a kid who watched TLC 1, TLC 2, who played No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000, all those games, I loved the ladder match. Loved the ladder match. The ladder match was always my favorite. Chuchar says, why am I feeling like Rusev just doesn't fit this match at all? He looked like he is neither an athletic lightweight nor a monster powerhouse. It's disrespect, Rusev. Bro deserved a lot better. I think that Rusev he's a good base. He's not a high flyer. He's just a good base. He's just there to probably catch people. If I had to pick a winner for that, I'm not going to tell you who, because we're going to go through that at the end, And we're going to go through each match one by one, and we're just going to pick the winner. Because we already talked about them at the end. There's nothing to talk about. We're just going to say who the winner is. We're going to go through match by match, and I want to know from you who you think is the winner. Make sure you guys keep it locked here. I told you guys yesterday we were doing a long show today. I got time, and if you got time, I got time. And I still got a Pro Wrestling Quickie podcast that I gotta record. It comes here on the channel. So you don't got to go any place extra for that, or you can find that wherever you find podcasts on Spotify or Apple. So you can find that there. DRY said this is going to be a match to watch. I agree. I think that this tag match, golly, looks like a tag team match. No, Tris, it's not a tag team match. This match here is definitely going to be, it's definitely one of the perfect matches that you're going to give away for free. King Star Vita says, let's be honest. After this circus show is over, there's going to be real sports analysts going to grade this entire letdown, and it might be another C grade. ESPN takes this seriously. Hey, I agree. And the best part is that tomorrow, hold on, let me get my stuff up. Hold on. The best part is that we are going to grade it tomorrow. We are live all weekend. Whether you love WrestleMania, whether you hate WrestleMania, we are going to be talking about it tomorrow. Tomorrow at noon Sunday, we're going to be reacting to everything that happened tonight. On Monday at noon, we're going to be reacting to everything that happened on Sunday night. So if you think that it was a C, come back and tell us. I'm not talking to you, Sarvita. I'm talking to everybody else. Because you know what we do here. Make sure that you come back and we're going to talk about WrestleMania, love it or hate it. If you loved it, I want to hear what you loved. If you hate it, I want to hear what you hated. You can take your notes so that you have them, so that you remember them, and then start typing them into the chat. Yeah, so yeah, that's what we're going to be doing all weekend, and I'm looking forward to doing that with you guys. You know what's one match I'm really looking forward to tomorrow night? And this is one of the free matches that they'll be giving away tomorrow night. And I get why. This match is Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. My take on this match is that it's a passing of the torch match. A torch? Yes, pass the torch, people. Pass the torch. This is a passing of the torch match. But this is only a passing of the torch match if Obafemi wins. Obafemi has to win in order for this to be a passing of the torch. Brock Lesnar, this is in non-storyline, in real life, this is Brock deciding if Oba deserves it, right? This match here is determining whether Obafemi is the next big thing. Whether Obafemi is the next big thing. Nobody has manhandled Brock Lesnar in recent history the way that Obafemi has. Roman Reigns, there was always a sense of danger. Like, you know what? Roman Reigns might be up to his head. John Cena, there was always a fear that John Cena was in danger, that he might be up to his neck in danger. He might drown in this one. With Obafemi, I'm like, you know what? Maybe Obafemi has Brock Lesnar's number. Maybe Obafemi knows where Brock Lesnar puts his head down at night. This match here feels different. We've never seen anybody do Brock Lesnar the way that Brock Lesnar come. Look, the typical Brock Lesnar match, Brock Lesnar comes in, takes his opponent to Suplex City, leaves, collects his money, and go home. But within Suplex City, there might be Obafemi Drive. And on Obafemi Drive, they might be getting ready to build the biggest house on the block. This match is a match that I'm looking forward to. I understand why they gave this match away for free on ESPN. Just like I understand why Dennis Rodman was inducted into the Hall of Fame. You guys are going to want to hear my thoughts. Look out for Pro Wrestling Quickie. It'll drop before WrestleMania tonight. It's short. It's not long. I try to keep Pro Wrestling Quickie quick because you don't have enough time. You don't have much time, and neither do I, so we have a quickie. The reason why they're giving this match away for free is because Brock Lesnar was a UFC guy. There's strong crossover between UFC and football. Brock Lesnar played football for a little bit. The Vikings, I don't think he made the main team, but he was there. You turn on, I think that Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar as a free match would do a lot better than Obafemi versus like a Trick Williams. Because you have two guys that are unknown. In this, you have one guy who is known. And then you have another guy who is not known. One guy who doesn't have that mainstream crossover. You got mainstream crossover in Brock Lesnar. You don't have it in Obafemi. That is why you make that match free. Because I feel like at the end of the day, the reason why these matches are free is because WWE already collected their money, number one. And they're trying to help. ESPN is trying to sell their app. That's what it's about at the end of the day, folks. ESPN wants you to spend the $30 to go watch the app. That's what they want. The only real sport I watch is basketball. That's not a real sport. The only real sport I watch is wrestling. I don't watch any other sports. It's not worth it to me. But for somebody out there like DR Rice, who said that the NBA, the conference, the finals, the playoffs is interesting. Look, if I can catch tickets to a Knicks game, I might go this week. I don't know. I go to the arena for the food. That's what I'm here for. But in this match with Obafemi and Brock Lesnar, Obafemi does not need to win. Listen to me, everyone. Listen to Uncle Tris. If Obafemi does not win tomorrow night, it is okay. It can't be a typical squash match. It can't be John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, the last match that John and Brock had. It can't be that by any means. Oba doesn't need to win. What Oba needs is that Oba needs to show that he belongs. And if Oba looks like he belongs, he's already won the match. Because when you see Raw, when Obafemi comes out, people are doing the dance. I remember not knowing who Obafemi was, but thought that he's a psychopath because why are you dancing to the ring? And now he's dancing to the ring knowing that Brock Lesnar's waiting out there to eat his head off. There's something wrong with that man. Somebody call Jesus. Obafemi needs to look like he belongs. If Obafemi gets beat by Brock Lesnar tomorrow night, it is okay. Under one condition. It needs to happen like this. Brock Lesnar needs to get dominated by Obafemi, but in the last second, Brock Lesnar could scoop it up and win, because at the end of that match, you'll be able to look at it and say, you know what? All right, you know what? Obafemi lost, but you know what? He almost beat Brock. Not that Brock dominated him the entire time, but he almost beat Brock. Because for those of you guys that watch fake sports like basketball, football, soccer, badminton, pool, curling, all that, those fake sports that you watch. We talk about wrestling, that's real sports here. On any given Sunday, the worst team in the NFL can beat the best team in the NFL. On any given day of the week when there's a basketball game, let's call it a Thursday. The person with the newest, youngest roster could definitely beat the team with the more experienced roster. Obafemi is the younger team. Brock Lesnar is the experienced roster, the experienced team. It's possible that Obafemi could win, but I'm begging you guys this. If Obafemi does not win, I don't want y'all to be upset. Don't be upset. Because there's a strong possibility that as long as they do it right, to where Brock Lesnar just beat Obafemi, Obafemi's going to be all right. And I promise you guys that. Universal says that Disney told Endeavor they want ESPN to have free first hour in Mania to increase their ratings. They asked for Brock match to be in the first hour. Brock match was originally the semi-main on night 2. Look, I understand. I feel like that match shouldn't be given away for free, but I understand why ESPN would even want that. If anybody that's a sports guy is sitting around, ESPN looks at UFC and all the other stuff, all the real fake sports, they know who Brock Lesnar is. They want a guy like Brock Lesnar. Talia Jeanette is here. Talia says, nah, Oba don't win, we riot. Let me tell you, I know Talia. And Talia would be the one, Talia would be the one leading the riot. So, if you guys don't want to get implicated, stay away from her. Stay away from her. Let's see. Let's go back to the top. King Savita said, now this is where TK on WWE and ESPN will get paid. The entire world wants Oba, yes. And because this is a free match, preliminary match, it's going to force people to purchase a monthly or annual subscription.
Yeah!
Tristan, how do you feel about the fans giving Oba the Goldberg chant? I know how much you hate Goldberg. Goldberg has not had... I think Goldberg's entire career of matches is going to be just as long as Obafemi's match that he has tonight. Because you see, look, I don't hate Goldberg. Because I don't hate Goldberg the man. I don't know Bill Goldberg. I dislike the character. Because Bill Goldberg's only accolade is that in 1998 that he went undefeated and beat Hulk Hogan one time for the WCW championship. Bill Goldberg is not a decorated champion. He's not decorated. Bill Goldberg has won more championships in WWE than he had in WCW. I don't feel that I don't buy into all the hype of Bill Goldberg, and I lived it. I watched Goldberg. If WCW was still around, and WWE was still around and going over, there'd be no appeal to get Goldberg to go over to WWE. There'd be none at all. None. For Obafemi, though, I like the hype around Obafemi. Because Obafemi, he talks tough, and he is tough. I don't think there's no Kool-Aid that pumped through those veins of Obafemi, the character. I don't know who the man is. If the flub in the command can be a Hall of Famer, so can Dennis. That's what Talia said. Brock may also be getting ready to hang it up. I heard that as well, too. Tracy says, I think that more people are more invested in Brock Oba than the rest of the match. Tracy, in the wise words of Stone Cold Steve Austin, I think you just hit the nail on the head. Look at all these matches here. Look at all those matches there from night one. The only match that I even care to watch is that if maybe Jacob Fatu and McIntyre, Cody for obvious reasons. There's nothing on that card that says, oh, I need to watch this. Nothing. But when I look at night 2, Punk versus Reigns, obvious reasons, we're going to talk about that. But Obafemi and Brock Lesnar, that match is interesting to me. Because ain't nobody ever done Brock Lesnar like that. Not a damn person's ever done Brock Lesnar like that ever. And that's why this is special. You know what? It's all about protecting your character. It's a thing that we say in pro wrestling. Protect the gimmick. And protecting the gimmick, a part of protecting the gimmick is that because not everybody has done Brock Lesnar like this, like Brock Lesnar was the one that was doing The Undertaker like that. And when he was doing the Undertaker like that, we go, wait a minute, that ain't right. So not too many people have, I'm not saying that nobody has ever manhandled Brock, but it's not something that you get every day. And because it doesn't happen every day, when it does happen, it makes it a little bit more special. That's what I think is the most important thing. Why this match feels so special. DR Rice says, Oba and Trick are two men who are just on the come up. They are not established made guys yet. They will be, but they aren't there. Putting them in a match against each other would harm one of them. I agree. Oba says, nah, Oba don't win me right. Read that already. Luigi goes, I don't know. Oba losing is like throwing water on fire. It'll hurt him in the short term. You're right. However, if they do it the way that I do it, to where he just barely loses Obafemi, to where he's dominant the whole time, but Brock was like, you could wrap your head around like, you know what, fine. You know, Oba was the rookie in this, but the question of what's going to happen is what happens next, right? That's why one of the things that I always preach here on the show, on the channel, is that if you don't like something, you know what? Just give it another Monday Night Raw. Give it another SmackDown. The most important thing with Obafemi is if he loses in the fashion that I said that he loses, it's what happens next. You can easily take Obafemi and put him in the world title picture now. It would make all the sense in the world. All the sense in the world. But if you just have Goldberg, damn it. If you have Brock beat Oba just to beat Oba and there's no follow-up in anything with because you know what's going to happen, right? Brock Lesnar's here to collect that WrestleMania money. He's going to beat Obafemi. He's going to go bye-bye. And after he goes bye-bye, Obafemi's going to be there left holding the bag. What does Obafemi do with the bag? Let's see. You guys got a lot to talk. Oh, my God. You guys got a lot to talk. Talia said, only way it will be okay is if it's a dirty win by Brock. Right. Because Brock had to cheat to win. Right. I agree with that. Talia says that she will be there with her pink pitchfork. So if you guys are looking for the riot, let me not say that because I don't want YouTube to think that I'm trying to incite a riot. If you are looking for the demonstration, the peaceful demonstration of people upset that Obafemi lost, just look for the pink pitchfork. Pink pitchfork. Universal says to spoil the main event and Saturday night main event on ESPN. Saturday night's main event's going to be on ESPN. Okay, he took that down. Talia says that we ride at dawn. No, girl, I will be sleeping. Tracy says that, yep, that's so true, Tristan. When it comes to football, my Dolphins are not great, but they've beaten the Chiefs, even when the Chiefs were on fire. Just my input.
Thank you.
DRI says Oba versus Brock will be about 8 minutes. Oba gets the early shine. Brock takes Oba to Suplex City. Oba hits the comeback, chest pound, fall from grace, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Maria's in the house. Maria says that Mania is not about wrestling anymore. I agree. I feel like this WrestleMania is all about selling the ESPN app. I liked it better when they were trying to sell the WWE Network, in my opinion. Universe says that Brock versus Gunther retirement match at SummerSlam Minneapolis. Maria says Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar will be the moment of the night.
Yeah.
Talia says that Oba versus Brock will give us maybe 10 minutes. I think 10 minutes, not including the entrances. I agree. Maria says, Tristan, would you date Nia Jax?
Bing bang.
Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? She got money. The same reason I would date Oprah. Ryan says that Goldberg Brett manhandled Brock. I agree. Like I said, not that everybody didn't do it, but it's rare that Brock gets manhandled. Tracy says that I think that Jacob and Drew's match will be good. Right, and like I said earlier, in order for it to be good, it has to be more than an Extreme Rules match. They have to really push the limit. Because if that's the case, it'd be like, you just wait. Let that match be a regular Extreme Rules match. I'm going to come in here tomorrow and I'm going to say this. So why didn't WWE sanction that match to begin with? They called it an unsanctioned match just because they want to make it feel special? If that's the case, then they should just call it an Extreme Rules match. I don't know. Quink Savita says, Universal, you're appreciated, brother, but slow down with these spoilers. Maybe everyone likes the spoils of prediction, but fans like myself enjoy the surprises or the heartbreaks. Tracy says that Ober and Trick have had a lot of good matches with NXT, and they were good matches, but really not interested in seeing the two in the match for a while. I agree. Ty says the thing that we know is the lazy writing. Ober loses and falls to the wayside. We hope not. I was asking you guys, what is your WrestleMania 42 temperature? Right now, 38% of the audience says it's hot, muy caliente. 33% says it's cold, and 29% says ask me on Monday. Well, there's a match that we're gonna be talking about on Monday. That match is Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. I'm gonna be honest. That's what Uncle Twist does here. I don't care who wins. I look. I don't care if Jade Cargill wins. I don't care if Rhea Ripley wins. I don't care. This match isn't even about story. It's about presence. This match will decide whether we still believe in Jade. Because at the end of the day, Rhea Ripley doesn't need this match. You know who really needs this match? Jade Cargill. Because Jade Cargill has not had a good match. She did have a good match against Jordan Grace. But she has not had a good match since Jordan Grace, since she won the belt. She didn't beat Jordan Grace to the belt, but she hasn't had a good match. You had people like B-Fab and Mi Chin feuding with Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Asuka, Naomi. If any of them were a champion, B-Fab and Mi Chin wouldn't even be in the same conversation. So then a couple weeks later, just because the sky is blue, just because it's a day that ends in Y, Mi Chin and B-Fab are with Jade Cargill, they should have just put them together in the beginning. But even if that's the case, you got Jade Cargill, B-Fab, and Mi Chin out there, and Rhea Ripley's going out there by herself every single week. There is no fear. There's nothing to be worried about. There's no danger that Jade Cargill screams as being the champion. Jade Cargill screams super athletic. She's an athletic lady. But you know what? She hasn't had a credible title defense to where I can say, you know what? She's really that bitch. Excuse me for cursing, because y'all know I don't like to cuss on this thing. She's really that B. But she's not. It's just something that she says because it sounds cool. Oh, I'm that B. I'm that B. I'm that B. That's what I am. I'm that B. But listen, B, you ain't beat a real B yet. This match right here should have happened well before WrestleMania. Because they got Charlotte Flair, they got Bayley, they got Alexa Bliss, they got Naomi, all these women not in the title picture for whatever the reason may be. Pick your reason for each individual person. Jade Cargill hasn't had anybody that's put her in danger. To where you're like, you know what, she's had a good match. To where, you know what, she might lose the championship. So now we're going to get that months later? To me, that would make no sense. I don't care who wins and loses in this match. This match is going to decide if we still believe in Jade Cargill in the character. Tracy Hilbert says, rooting for Rhea. Something about Jade I just can't figure out. I don't dislike Jade. Sometimes I feel like Jade is lost and doesn't know what she's doing and maybe needs more training. Don't know. I think the problem with Jade is that Jade, for me, I don't emotionally connect with Jade Cargill. I don't. I am not emotionally connected to Jade Cargill, and I'm not saying that Jade Cargill is a bad wrestler. I think that what happened, I think that it probably started when Jade Cargill came in. They made all this hoopla about her, and then she was gone for a long time, and then she came back. They should just put her in NXT. The same thing they did with Jordan Grace. Let's put her in NXT. Put her in NXT, let her swim around for a little bit, and when she's done, move her up to the main roster. I don't know. Talia says that, nope, she said, Tuchai says, I was really looking forward to Carmelo Hayes versus Trick Williams, but boy, they screwed Carmelo. If you know, you know. The real backstage reason for this is extremely disgusting. I don't know about that. I never heard about it. I never heard about that. Talia says, in a perfect world, Naomi returns and gets JDQ'd and they run it back. Maybe, you know what, TJ? Maybe that's what they're waiting for. Maybe what they're waiting for is for her to make her return so that when she makes her return, she can just go straight for Jade Cargill and go back into the title picture. If that's the case, you know what? That makes sense to me. But in the whole entire time that they're doing that with us, they need to make sure that the matches are quality. That it makes sense that she's holding on to the championship so long. Because if she's holding on to the championship for so long, her being Jade Cargill, and is not standing in front of credible opponents, that's a problem. TJ says, I don't get why they put Jade on the main roster, knowing that she wasn't ready. Like, okay, she was built like a goddess, is built like a goddess, we get it, but I wanted her to destroy the NXT roster.
Yeah!
People forget that Talia says that people forget that Jade isn't an indie darling or a PC baby. Right. She never wrestled on the indies. She never was like in the PC, like they built her in the PC like Trick Williams. Trick Williams is an indie guy. I found Trick Williams' YouTube channel. I was looking at some of his old stuff. Trick Williams wrestled on the indies. Maybe not long, but he was there. I think sometimes Jade Cargill's just trying to figure it out. It's trial by fire. And I don't want somebody to get the opportunity to feed their family and have to lose the opportunity. What I'm looking forward for Jade Cargill to do is to make me care. Or you know what? Make me hate you. I don't hate you enough. Don't get it wrong. Even though, I did the wrestling, semi-retired pro, wrestling host. There's some wrestlers that like Drew McIntyre. Like, I know it's a work. I know when I'm watching television that I don't really hate the characters that I see in a television show. Right? But I still need to feel some sort of animosity to you. I don't feel like Jade Cargill is a real antagonist. There's nothing that she does to put the protagonist in danger. It's not that I feel, I'm telling you, I know from watching this whole entire thing going on, like Jade Cargill is not a real antagonist, which makes Rhea Ripley not really a protagonist because there's really no strife. All Rhea Ripley has to do is show up to WrestleMania tomorrow night, put on a good match, and go ahead and get the championship and walk out. Ty says, other option, Bianca returns, helps Jade win, and then turns on her. It hides any exposure that might be on Jade's part, but it gives her another credible person that looks realistic.
Thank you!
King Sarita said, that's another nuclear switch that's going to go off. If Rhea wins, I'm going to go ballistic. Jade better win. You can't break your TV twice in one night. Okay? I know you see your TV still under warranty, King Suavito, but you can't break your TV twice in one night. Unless you have two TVs in your house you could break. Let's see, did we miss anything in the chat? No, we didn't miss anything in the chat. I got you guys all covered. You guys are on fire today. Just so that you guys don't forget, I like to remind you guys, because people jump in and out the show all the time. They might just check. They might miss a moment. But we're live all weekend. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about the night 1 reactions. And Monday we're going to be talking about the night 2 reactions. YouTube.com/@TristanLawShow. This is for your friends that don't already follow. Subscribe and bring your opinion. Love it or hate it, we are talking about WrestleMania Las Vegas. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot and post this all over your social media. You don't have to put anything else. Just take a screenshot with your phone or your computer, or if you're watching this on your TV, take a picture of your computer. And you know what? Tag me on Instagram. Tag Tristan Law Show on Instagram. Tag this picture, and I'm going to add it to my story. Add it to your stories. I want to see it. But your page can't be private. Go ahead. I'm going to pose for you. In 3, 2. Put this on your social media. Let everybody know what's happening here on this channel. I am quickly climbing to 1,000 subscribers. I don't know. I'm probably there right now, and I'm not even paying attention. I'm sitting here talking to y'all, having such a great time. Missing the whole entire thing. This is not even... So that could be the whole entire thing that's happening with that. Let me just do this real quick. Hold on. Boom. I love modern technology. All right, here's a match that I really want to talk about. There's a match that I really want to talk about. This is a match that I didn't even care about until last night. I was like, oh, yeah, it's looking good. But until last night, this is the match that I'm talking about right here. I'm talking about Sami Zayn versus Mr. Whoop That Trick Williams. Trick Williams has already been chosen by the people. You have already chosen Trick Williams. The crowd made Sami the heel, not WWE. The real heel, the real bad guy in this match is Trick Williams. It's not Sami Zayn. But the fans have already made the choice on who to choose. Why? Because Sami Zayn's always been positioned as the underdog. Sami Zayn's always been positioned as the guy that has to fight up from underneath. I think that the best thing that ever happened to Sami Zayn's career was for him to be in the bloodline as a lackey and then have to leave and then fight his way out. He fought Roman Reigns for the championship and didn't even win. Trick Williams, he feels like the man. Trick Williams, you know that he's not an underdog. You know that Trick Williams is a stick of dynamite and the fuse is burning and you're just waiting for it to explode. You know that Trick Williams is that man. Listen, the Trick Williams, I saw Trick Williams' first match. Not in NXT. I'm talking about outside of WWE. That person there is not the person that you see today. The person that we see today benefited from being in the Performance Center. Trick Williams' music doesn't have any lyrics, but the audience made lyrics for his song. The fans like Trick Williams because Trick Williams feels cool. You see people out there talking about whoop that trick. Most people don't even know what a trick is. They think a trick is magic, right? They think that trick is cards. Trick comes out there, Trick. The reason why people are cheering for Trick is because he feels cool. And that's the hard thing about being a heel. When I was a heel, I didn't come out with any music. I didn't do any flashy moves because I didn't want to give you any reason to like me. It's easy to like Trick Williams because when Trick Williams comes out there with them white shoes and he starts doing the dance, you know that he is wearing his lemon pepper steppers. When Trick Williams comes out there and you hear that music, that boom, 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 what do you start doing? You start doing whoop that trick, whoop that trick. When Sami Zayn comes out, what happens? His music goes, let's go. And that's it. That's it. Sami Zayn doesn't have a catchphrase. Sami Zayn asked last night, well, what did I do that to the fans that y'all don't like me? You know what you did that why the fans don't like you, Sami? Because you're Sami Zayn. That's it. Sami Zayn don't got no recent credible wins underneath his belt. Sami Zayn was the same exact guy walking around backstage with zero confidence. Oh, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. How do I become a champion, you little bitch? Shut your mouth up. You got somebody like Trick Williams who's got confidence. He's got charisma. That is why people like Trick Williams. Because if I got a son, I got a 3.5-year-old son, and if my son said, Daddy, who should I model myself after? I said, model yourself after me. But he goes, no, Dad, but who do I model myself after? Trick Williams or Sami Zayn? There is not anybody who, whether you are a fan of Sami Zayn or not, that is saying the answer is Sami Zayn. The answer is Trick Williams. You know the kind of confidence it takes for you to go out there and wear it all white? I can't wear all white clothes. You know why? Because I eat nasty. If you ever see me in an all white shirt, but oh, where'd you come from? Oh, I just came from getting something to eat. That means I ate without wearing the shirt on. Trick Williams wears all white, the confidence that it takes for a person to wear white. You know why you can't wear white in the summertime? Because you might sweat. And then you're going to get the sweat stains on there. Trick Williams, don't worry about that. You know why you can't wear all white? Because you might stand somewhere, the breeze might blow, and dirt might come on you. Trick Williams is confident. That's why people like Trick Williams. That's why people are booing Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn wondering, what did he do? It's not what did he do. It's who is he standing across the ring from. If Sami Zayn was standing across the ring from somebody like Grayson Waller, everybody would be cheering Sami Zayn. If Sami Zayn was standing across the ring from somebody like Brock Lesnar, they'd be cheering Sami Zayn. But because Sami Zayn is standing across the ring from somebody like Trick Williams, you know what? We don't care if if Sami Zayn survives. We want our boy to get that belt so that way he come out there with that championship. In that all-white mink coat. In those white leather pants. And his white, you already said it, lemon, pepper, steppers. That's what it is. The crowd made Sami the heel. The crowd made Sami the heel, and that's the theme going into this WrestleMania. The theme is that the WWE let us decide. They let us choose. There's a lot of matches that we chose. Trick Williams has momentum, and Sami Zayn has connection. But you know what? If the crowd turns on you, you're just the one that they didn't pick, Sami. That's it. That's it. You see? Talia Jeanette says that Sami needs some lemon pepper steppers. Johnny 5985, what's going on? Don't forget Sami ended Gunther's IC title reign. And don't forget that Moses part of the Red Sea, right? We live in the now. The most if Sami Zayn, and I want to keep the show at 2 hours, but it looks like we're going to go over. WrestleMania, the pre-show starts at 3 o'clock. Don't worry, you'll be out way before 3 o'clock. This is the longest live episode I've ever done, not including Streamomania, which was a 5-hour live stream. If Sami Zayn had just beaten Gunther, ended the Intercontinental streak, and went away, and now we see him again, then. But in between that, Sami Zayn went around like, oh, I want to be a champion, Cody. What do I do? What do I do? I don't know which way to turn. When you are teaching a babyface how to wrestle, you teach the babyface that you can't just come out there and the heat spot is where you see the bad guy, the heel, getting in all the moves. The shine is in the beginning of the match to where the babyface gets in all the moves. The shine is the shine, heat, the comeback, and the finish. You can't have a 15-minute match where, it doesn't even matter the time of the match. You can't have a match to where the babyface gets his shine, right? The heel gets his heat and beats up the babyface for 10 minutes, and the babyface doesn't get 1 ounce of offense. You're not going to cheer for somebody like that because they're a punk. Nobody's going to cheer for that. Luigi said that Trick is cool. Gift of gab. Don't change anything. He's already a face. It's the same as acting like Stone Cold Steve Austin, right? When Stone Cold Steve Austin became the man, going into WrestleMania 12, Stone Cold Steve Austin was the heel. When he walked out, he was the babyface after his match with Bret Hart. They never changed anything about Stone Cold Steve Austin. They just changed who he stood in the ring from. The thing about this WrestleMania is that this WrestleMania is special. Even though that we don't like this WrestleMania for whatever the reason may be, you have to understand the speciality. I made that word up. It's not a word. Just shut up and listen. The speciality of this WrestleMania is as simple as this. This is a torch passing WrestleMania. This is a changing of the guard WrestleMania, where the new generation is coming to put their flag in the sand. Just like when we saw the Shield, the members from the Shield doing their thing separately when they stepped up, the Women's Revolution, all that. We are at a changing of the guards right now in the WWE. That is what this WrestleMania is. This WrestleMania is going to be trash. Well, let me not speak that bad things into existence. This WrestleMania might be trash. But this is probably one of the WrestleManias that we're going to come back and watch and be like, you know what? This did a lot of things. 5 years from now, we're going to be looking at people like, let's see, Jacob Fatu. Yo, you remember when Jacob Fatu was on the free match when he wrestled Drew McIntyre, and now look at him? You know, you're looking at people like, I Show Speed. You're looking at people like Logan Paul. You're looking at people like LA Knight.
Yeah.
There's going to be a time that we're going to be looking at these people and be like, yo, wow, I remember when they were that. I remember when they were that, now that they're this. We're going to be looking at night 2, 5 years from now. We're not going to be talking about Roman Reigns and CM Punk. 5 years from now, we're not going to be talking about Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. We're going to be talking about Trick Williams and Sami Zayn. We're going to be talking about the outcome of Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. We're going to be talking about the outcome of Dom Mysterio and Finn Balor, because nobody would be upset if Dom Mysterio was the WWE champion, if done right. If done right. This is a changing of the guard WrestleMania. That's what makes this one, even though it's going to be garbage juice, we're going to be coming back and looking at this one down the line. Talia says that our heroes are retiring or sadly passing on. You have to let the new blood start, or you get someone like Bill Goldberg not knowing when to pack it up.
Yeah.
Talia says that Finn and Dom are going to cook. Well, we're going to talk about that. So, girl, get your rice ready. Ryan says, bring back El Generico and be done with it.
Thank you.
Let's see. Johnny says, my role model is Sami Zayn. Nothing wrong with that at all. Talia says, after the bloodline, Sami was getting dragged worse than somebody on the A-line. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Universe says, whoop that trick was used by WWE superstar Trick Williams as a catchphrase representing rising above adversity and used to signify fighting back against somebody who's picking on you. Quink Suavita said, this is sad. This is how sad this year's WrestleMania. You bring back guys to sell tickets because guys like Sammy, A-Theory, and y'all favorite sensation Logan Paul can't sell out a stadium or arena. I think that by next year, this time, 2 years, the talk might be a little bit different. It might be a little bit different. Y'all want to talk about this match right here, Dom versus Finn Balor. My take on this whole entire match is that Finn Balor jumped out the window and now he needs to make sure the parachute opens. Why do I say that? Because this match here, the way that it looks, it should have been a surprise. Finn Balor normally calls Demon Finn when he's up against the odds. Is he up against the odds? Yes, the whole entire Judgment Day. But if Finn Balor can't be saved, if the Demon can't save Finn Balor, nothing can. Because Dom equals growth. Dom has outgrown the Judgment Day. He's built his own persona. He's just here hanging along for the ride. Finn Balor is the inaugural WWE Universal Championship who got hurt, left, and has never been back on top since he's come back. He needs this validation. Finn Balor also needed the Judgment Day, and he also outgrew the Judgment Day. But unlike Dom, he decided that he was going to leave. Dom doesn't need Judgment Day. Finn might have needed it the whole entire time. This match might be one of those matches that we might be talking about years from now, saying, golly, I can't believe that match was great. There are some matches that are going to be great, but there are some matches that are going to win the night, and there's going to be some matches that are going to win the weekend. We are going to be talking about that tomorrow at noon, and we are going to be talking about that Monday at noon. The reason why I do noon, it gives our friends in the UK time that they could watch during dinner time. That's why. Let's take a look at one more match. There's only one more match that we got to talk about. Talia says that if Demon Finn loses, then we're going to pack up Demon Finn. That's supposed to be the X Factor.
Bing bang.
Exactly what I said. Supposed to be the X Factor. It's supposed to be him. Demon Finn is not supposed to have any problems at all. At all. The match that I want to talk about, the last match, because we're going to take this home. We're getting ready to take this home. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. This is your final main event on Sunday at WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas. My take on this is that Roman Reigns is huge. Roman Reigns is big character-wise. CM Punk, he manipulated Roman Reigns into that position. Knowing that the brother, Roman Reigns, was champion for so long, why on earth would Roman Reigns come out there and CM Punk, goads him into having a match with him? Maybe CM Punk knows something that we don't. I can tell you what CM Punk knows, but I think CM Punk his plan might have backfired. He didn't make nice with the Usos. If he had made nice with the Usos, he would have had a chance. The thing with Roman Reigns is that Roman Reigns, every time he has a big match, he always needs help. He used the Shield when he had big matches and needed help. When Roman Reigns was by himself, what was happening to Roman Reigns? You in the back. You tell me, when Roman Reigns was by himself and didn't have help, what was Roman Reigns doing? I'm going to let that one cook. I'm going to see who's going to tell me what Roman Reigns was doing when he was by himself. Queen Sarvito says, last time Demon Finn was at Mania was in Hell in the Cell against Edge and ended up with an L. Same result, different story this time. Oh, yeah. Talia says that Finn overstayed his time in the Judgment Day. Agree. Tracy Hilbert says, definitely Finn. Judgment Day needs to end and Dom needs to move on with a different storyline. Yeah, I agree. Talia says that Judgment Day ran its course after Dom won his first title. Dom has proven by leaps and bounds in a short time because he was ASS when he came to WWE. When Dom Mysterio came to WWE, he was just Rey Mysterio's son. And he eventually broke out of that, and he's no longer just Rey Mysterio's son anymore. He's more than Rey Mysterio's son. I used to dislike the character Dom. And then Dom went to jail. And the whole entire time, Dom's like, well, I went to jail. But bro, you went to lockup for a night. Stop. Shut up. And that's when people started liking Dom. Talia says that Joseph gets dragged. Okay, hold on. She's talking about her boo, Joseph. I love Joseph. Lete Roman Reigns, Anoa'i. But, she says in all caps now, but we did not, and she repeats, did not need Roman in yet another WrestleMania. It's overkill. So many other people could have had this Mania match with Phil. Not needed. Joseph gets dragged worse than a track worker in a geo area. She's so stupid. You know, Talia, what you just said made me think about this whole entire thing differently. Here's what you said. And I don't know if you understood what you said. I'm going to read it back to you. And I'm not sure if everybody understood what you wrote. Because what you wrote was one thing. But when you strip the layer off of that, it's something totally different. We're talking about Roman Reigns in the match, the final main event for WrestleMania night 2 against CM Punk. Let me tell you what you wrote. You wrote, "You love Roman Reigns, but we did not need Roman Reigns in yet another WrestleMania. It's overkill. So many people could have did this match with Phil. Not needed." Storyline-wise, when Roman Reigns won what? Was it WrestleMania or Elimination Chamber? I can't remember. I think Roman Reigns won, whichever one it was. It might have been the Royal Rumble, okay? Roman Reigns wins the match, and normally he would come out and select a person, just like a Pokemon. CM Punk, I choose you. But what happened? It didn't happen that way. What happened storyline-wise was that CM Punk went out there and forced Roman Reigns to choose him. So you could really look at it, if it went the first way to where Roman Reigns came out and said, CM Punk, I choose you. You can really say that you didn't need, and anybody else could have had the match with Punk. But Punk pushed Roman Reigns' hand so much that Roman Reigns said, you know what, I'm going to go for that title. The same exact title that they created for Seth Rollins to carry around. Because Roman Reigns is running around with 2 belts for however many days he ran around with the belts. Roman Reigns didn't just come out there and pick him. You'd be like, look, CM Punk talked a lot of trash. CM Punk talked a lot of trash. And because CM Punk talked a lot of trash, you know what? Now he wrote that check, his behind is going to have to see if he has the money in his bank account to cash it. Roman Reigns didn't just come out there and say, I choose you. He came out there and said, you talk a lot. Let's just go do this at WrestleMania. That's it. Ty says, this idea wait, hold on, I'm going too far. Sarita says that Phil Brooks versus Joe Anoa'i is 2 actors promoting their next big project after this match. And he says that he's such a Joe fan. Did y'all see the Street Fighter preview? The trailer came out today. I don't know about y'all, but I'm gonna go watch it right after this. I didn't get to watch it yesterday. Talia says that LAMO, this does nothing for Roman. Longest title reign secured, most Mania headlines secured. What else does this do for Roman? Nothing. You know what it does? It does one thing for him. It gives him, if Roman wins, Roman's going to go down as the guy who won a belt that they created because he was carrying around 2 other belts and wasn't letting anybody else get no play. So Roman Reigns is really he's competing for the consolation prize that they competed because he was just too damn good at his job. Essentially, that's what it was. They had the WWE Championship and the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns is running around with both of those, not giving nobody a play. I thought that Roman Reigns was going to be champion for so long, and he's going to retire and just give it to his kids. Say, hey, who wants one of daddy's belt? You take one, you take one. But now, they created a belt. Let Seth Rollins run around with it. Now, lo and behold, CM Punk has it. And now Roman Reigns is like, you know, I'm going to go for that. That's what it's going to do for Roman Reigns. That's what Roman Reigns is going to be for. Let's see. This is FXGLV 2018. What's going on? I thought it was dumb as hell when I found out Roman won until it was him versus Punk. Makes a lot of sense for a lot of reasons. The way that it worked, I think that it makes a lot of sense for those reasons. Yeah, definitely. Tracy says, I want CM Punk to win. I don't dislike Roman. I'm just kind of sick of having Roman in our face. Always in the main event. If he was more of a full-timer, I think it might be different. I agree with that. But the way that they booked it really different this time. Tracy says, I don't care either way. If Roman or Punk win, I would prefer Punk, though. Roman Reigns always needs help. The question that you should be asking yourself doing that match, the question isn't if Roman can win. The question is, can he do it alone? That's the real question. Can he do it alone? Because we know, well, I mean, I'm telling you because I've seen it, Roman Reigns, every big match that he had, when he was in the bloodline, he always needed some kind of help. Can Roman Reigns win alone? If Roman Reigns wins clean, we might have to question Punk. Or maybe Roman was always better, because here's my thing. I'm going to question Punk. CM Punk is walking around calling himself is the best in the world. If the best in the world gets beat by the tribal chief, doesn't that make the tribal chief the best in the world? Because from a legendary wrestler, he said, in order to beat the man, you've got to beat the man. So in order to be the best in the world, you got to beat the best in the world. Maybe the final twist of this whole entire match was maybe Roman was always better, but we just don't want to admit it. That's just a story that I see going in there. This match decides what we've all been wrong about, and I'm looking forward to this match tonight. Oh, Heel Vega's here. What's up, Heel Vega? All right, so let's go through and let's do some quick predictions real quick. Let's go through quick predictions. And the reason why I like to do the quick predictions, we're just going to go through it real quick, not waste too much time with it, because you're going to come back and you're going to see if you were right or if you were wrong, okay? Because I'm going to call out all your predictions. The first one we're going to do is the 6-man tag team match, the Usos, with LA Knight, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory, The Vision versus IShowSpeed. Who do you think is going to win that match? If I'm predicting somebody for that match, right? Hold on. Heel Vega's already corrected me already. Heel Vega, you know I used to wrestle. You know I get hit on the head. You know I forget things sometimes. Look, WrestleMania is today, and WrestleMania starts at 3 p.m. today, and WrestleMania don't end until whenever it ends tomorrow. They're just taking a break between Saturday and Sunday. That's it. So if I say WrestleMania today, y'all know what I mean. In this match here, I'm predicting the Usos and LA Knight. That's who I got. Tracy's got Uso versus LA Knight. Okay, we'll see how that one goes. Next matchup, we got Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu. The one that I'm going to rest my hat on, I'm resting my hat on Jacob Fatu. That's who I got. Tell me who you got. You guys tell me who you got. I'm going to go through. I'm going to read all of your predictions. All of your predictions. Who we got over here? Stephanie Vaquer, not Tiffany Vaquer. Stephanie Vaquer versus Liv Morgan. Even though I don't care about this match, if I'm going to pick a person, I'm going to say it's Liv Morgan. Did I say Liv? Yeah, Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan. Match. The next match I'm looking at for tonight, AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental Championship. The person I got that match, drop your takes and drop your predictions in the comments. Just type the name in. You don't got to type in why. Just type in the name. I'm going for Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is going to do that winning. She's going to win that match. Now, this match here, the tag team match for the women's match with Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, Lash Legend, and Nia Jax, the Bella Twins, and Valkyrie and Bayley. If the rumors are true, it's not a spoiler. That's why I talk about it here. If the rumors are true and that Paige joins the Bella Twins because Nikki Bella is hurt and they win, I'm going to go for the Bella Twins. Other than that, I'm going to be like, yeah, I really just don't care. Honestly, just let Nia Jax and Lash Legends keep the belt. I just don't care. I don't care. I don't. Gunther versus Seth Rollins. Who do you got for that one? I got Gunther. Gunther's who I got for that one. Go ahead and put your comments, put your prediction in the comment. I'm going to read yours right when I'm done with this. The main event of night one, Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. Let me tell you, I said early in the show, I think that Randy Orton winning 15 is much more cooler than Cody Rhodes winning and completing the story. If Randy Orton's going to win, there has to be more meat to the bone. If Cody Rhodes loses, there's going to be a huge if Cody Rhodes wins, it's going to be like, what was all this for? So I'm going to go with Roman Reigns because this story was good on its own until they put in Pat McAfee. Now I'm going to force them to explain to me why Pat McAfee was really in it, to run around and call people marks. Like, that's just so stupid. Randy Orton. The ladder match. This is a hard one to choose. If I'm going to choose somebody in this match, Javon Evans. I'm choosing Javon Evans in this match. Javon Evans, I don't think that Javon Evans could beat Gunther beat Gunther. Gunther's on this match. I don't think. I said Roman Reigns again? Damn. Come on, Hill Vega. I've been sitting here for an hour and 18 minutes. No, 2 hours and 18 minutes. All right? So, look, I haven't had any water. Haven't had any breakfast. I've been sitting here preparing. So you know who I meant. Just don't listen to me. Just choose who you see in the picture. I think that definitely Javon Evans wins this one. I think that he could not possibly beat everybody else with this much stakes on the line on 1-on-1, but I think that he can squeak it out and he'll be a really good champion. Kids like him. I think it'd be good for him to win. Yeah, definitely. Penta's cool too, but it's a great way to take the belt off of Penta without having him actually being pinned. So yeah, that's what I got in that one. Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar, bruh. Look, y'all don't even got to put who y'all want to win in this one, because we already know the answer. It's Brock. It's Obafemi. We just want to keep going. Obafemi. Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. I'm gonna go look for the bathroom around that time. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go look for the bathroom, and I am going to say that make Rhea Ripley win. Why the hell not? This match here, I want Trick Williams to win. I think that Trick Williams deserves the moment. If Trick Williams wins the match, you can have Sami Zayn come out as a heel on SmackDown. Let them do it again at Backlash. And Sami Zayn can say, all you guys, the fans, us, that you guys turned on me. I didn't have any confidence and I finally won and you guys turned on me. And then they just want to boo him because we don't care. And then have him and Trick Williams just run it back. That's it. Dom versus Finn. Look, man, if Finn don't win, I want my money back. Straight up. This is the hard one for me. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. I got to pick one winner. One winner. Just one. Who is it that I'm going to pick if I'm going to pick somebody? Roman Reigns and CM Punk have been running around talking about that they hate each other. But CM Punk is intertwined loosely with Pat McAfee. So if there's somebody pulling the strings behind Pat McAfee, the thing that we're going to be looking at is that this is all intertwined. How? So if that's the case, it's going to be CM Punk is going to be the winner, and Roman Reigns and CM Punk are going to have to help each other because they all hate each other. That's what I see happening. Let's go to your guys' prediction. Let's see what you got. I told you guys to put your predictions in here. Let's see. Let's read off those predictions. Tracy Hilbert, Jey Uso, and LA Knight. I mean, the Usos and LA Knight.
Yeah!
Grandmaster Solus is here. What's going on? His pick is ISO Speed. Dan Housen Interference. Okay, I can see that. Hill Vega, Usos, and LA Knight.
Yeah!
Hill Vega says Jacob Fatu beats Drew McIntyre. Grandmaster Solus, Jacob Fatu. Tracy Hilbers, Jacob Fatu. Grandmaster Solus, Drew leaving to film a movie after Mania. Oh, didn't know that. King Savito said, I Show Speed is accidentally going to go over somehow. Please no. Please God. Please don't listen to King Savito. Heel Vega says Stephanie's going to win. Talia says we don't want Liv. So I guess she wants Vikir. Stacy Hilmer, Stephanie, Vikir, Grandmaster Solus, Drew leaving to film a movie after Mania. Didn't I read that already? I don't know. Heel Vega says that Becky needs this win. She does. You missed it. You came late to the party, but 100% she does. Let's see. Tracy Hilbert, AJ Lee, Jacob Fatu, King Suavito, Talia Jeanette. Unless AJ's staying full-time, this does nothing for her. I agree. Grandmaster Solus, my pick, Becky. Paige interferes and help Becky win. That would be nice. I'd be okay with that. Ryan says AJ. Tracy says Lyra and Bailey. King Savito says Liv because Triple H is her favorite. Hey, Triple H is my favorite as well, too. I love the game. Ty says, I'm okay with Nia and Lash retaining. I'm glad we don't get Lash. I'm glad we didn't let Lash get caught in the mix. Grandmaster Solus, Lash and Nia retain. Grandmaster Solus, Nikki Bella is not hurt. She's cleared. How you know that? How you know? Hey, that'd be cool. If that is the case, I could see that, you know, the interference that somebody mentioned, that you mentioned earlier. Paige interferes and helps Becky win. That makes sense. I'd sign up for that. Queen Suavito, no one gives a F about Becky or AJ.
Yeah!
Ryan, Nia and Lash, Talia, Seth, I'm not a Gunther fan. You're just a hater. Gunther is picked by Heel Vega. Tracy says Seth. Grandmaster Solus, my pick. Seth by DQ. Breaker interferes. I'd sign up for that. But then you'd have an issue with Gunther and Seth Rollins. No, with Gunther and Braun Breaker. And then you would have Paul Heyman in the middle. And Paul Heyman would have to choose. And that could ultimately turn Braun Breaker babyface down the line or whatever the case it may be. Because Paul Heyman could choose Gunther. I don't know. That's freestyling. Heel Baker says that he needs Randy to win. So if Randy doesn't win, then what? Ryan, Gunther, Tracy, Randy. Ryan, Randy, damn it, Randy! Heel Vega, Randy Orton, not Roman Reigns. Grandmaster Solus, my pick. Orton wins. New phone guy interferes and debuts. It's not McAfee. I agree. Heel Vega says that Penta is retaining. Grandmaster Solus, my pick. Rey Mysterio wins with help from Dom. With help from Dom? Why would Dom help Rey? There's no reason for Dom to help Rey. Tracy Hilburn says Penta. Ty says, I'm okay if Penta retains, but Evan would be a great plot twist. I agree. Ryan says Penta keeps that title for a while. King Savito, Cody, you're going to be the reason why I... He says, Cody, you're going to be the reason why I buy a new TV. Grandmaster Solus, my pick, no contest. Okay, no contest, no winner. You know what? I never thought about Brock Lesnar and Obafemi being a no contest. If it's a no contest, though, if that match is a no contest, they have to run it back next month at Backlash. You know what? I'm okay with a no contest. I like that. Tracy Hilber says Oba. Heel Vega says Oba. Grandmaster Solus, Rhea. Tracy, Rhea. Heel Vega, Jade got to retain. Rhea stock is plummeting. Lower than Jade's stock? Come on, bruh. Heel Vega says, whoop that trick. Ryan says, I couldn't care less about that one. Tracy Hilber says Sammy. Ryan says trick. Grandmaster Solus says, my pick, Sami Zayn. They are redoing the bloodline after Mania.
Bing bang.
Heel Vega, Dom. Demon Finn can't be losing to Dom. I agree. To just Dom? No, yeah, I agree. Tracy, Finn. Ryan, Demon. Grandmaster Solus, my pick, Balor wins. Heel Vega, I'm picking Punk. Grandmaster Solus says, my pick, Punk. My pick. God, why Pink and Punk had to be so close? My pick, Punk. Tracy, Punk. Queen Savito, Demon Time is losing because of the history of Demon at Mania. You might have a point there. Ryan says, Punk, because Roman is winding down these days. Okay. Queen Savito, CM Punk wins, cool, but we need the Tribal Chief and the Bloodline back. Okay. Grandmaster Solus, the favor that Gunther will want from Heyman is a match versus Brock at SummerSlam. See how it makes sense? I'm going to give you a clap for that. Talia says that Ober versus Brock, no contest protects both. I didn't think of that. Yeah, I didn't think of that either. Only if they run it back, though. Only if they run it back. Heelmaker said, nobody said Rhea stock is lower than Jade's. Okay, just want to make sure. Tracy Hilbert said, I didn't think of the no contest either. Yeah, well, shout out to you, Grandmaster Solus, for this. But here's the thing I need you guys to all understand about WrestleMania this weekend. It's not about who wins. It's about what changes. Some people are trying to prove something, and some people are just trying to survive. And some people are just trying to find out who they really are. Because when the lights are on and there's nowhere to hide, you don't just win at WrestleMania. You get exposed. And when it is over, you're going to know exactly what mattered and what never did. Well, guys, girls, everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. I would call out all of your names, but there's a lot of activity in the chat today. If it's your first time here, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget, tomorrow we'll be back at noon to talk about night one, followed by, hold on, I want you guys to do the screenshot thing. That was pretty cool. Because I come in and I'm going to screenshot it as well. And I want you to post it in your group chats, post it on your social medias. Let's blow this channel up tomorrow. Let's have a cajillion billion people in here, I made that number up, talking about WrestleMania Night 1. You let your friends know. Whether they love it or they hate it, we are talking about it tomorrow. We are live all weekend here in the Tristan Law Show. Go ahead and take your screenshot right now. Let me point to it. Let me point to the right side. That's your point. Take your screenshot. 3, 2. Take your screenshot. Share this on your social media. Let everybody know to be here at 12 o'clock tomorrow Eastern time. I appreciate you guys so much in advance. Don't forget to join the Discord. The link is in the description. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys tomorrow night or tomorrow morning. If you jump in the Discord, we'll be talking about WrestleMania all night long, baby. I'm Tristan Law. This is the Tristan Law Show. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ooh, 2.5 hours.
Red lights, driving at night, windowless ride, feeling alive, nothing in sight, forever in flight, follow those lines, we're making this time. Like I got nothing left to prove, no end to move.